Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 7 of the Player to Player podcast. My name's Kirk.
I'm Luke.
And today we are in a new studio. As you can see, we're in the process of moving and getting some things rearranged. So this is a temporary place. We'll be here for a few weeks. And then we'll be in a new place.
Yeah.
And we have no idea what that'll look like yet.
Roomy than this. Probably not, though. Probably just as small. So we'll get used to...
You think it'll be the same size as this? Or a little bit bigger? I feel it'll be bigger,
a little
wouldn't
bit
it?
smaller.
Smaller than this room?
Probably.
So we'll be cozy.
Yep.
But we've got a new studio coming. It's on the way. But we're not sure when we'll see that yet.
No idea.
Or what that'll look like. So until then, we're in Berlin.
No, we are in Egypt.
And now we're in the Mario Kingdom. Because our first story, Luke, what do you got?
We got a crazy announcement. This is super cool.
It's pretty cool.
We got Mario Odyssey DLC, which is insane.
Crazy.
I did not see that coming.
It's been so long.
I was just scrolling through YouTube. I was kind of blown away that I just found this today. I saw Spawn Wave was talking about Mario today.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Said Mario gets an update, so I didn't watch it, but this is the Mario DLC.
Sure.
So let's take a look at this trailer.
Yeah, we got the trailer here for you. Go ahead and pull this up.
And enjoy.
Really different art style. That's cool. Purple coins. Huh. Kind of like 2D.
It reminds me of Paper Mario a little bit.
Oh. What is he wearing? Yeah.
Next Smash character right there.
The Maraca guy. Super Mario Odyssey X. What?
Ciudad Pelechu.
What the heck does that mean?
So this was dropped on the Nintendo's Mexican channel, Nintendo Mexico.
Okay.
And April Fools, you suckers! It's fake. Why would you be doing an April Fool's prank 2 weeks after April Fool's? That's a good question. Because I saw it today and I'm mad about it. Okay. So I was scrolling through YouTube. Spawn Wave's video from earlier had something about a Mario update, and then I saw this, and then I was like, oh, this must be the Mario update. And then I started watching it, and I'm like, this is kind of weird. And then I saw 11 days ago, and then I checked when it was listed.
Womp, womp.
April Fool. None of these April Fool's jokes ever get me on April Fools.
Actually, you're the sucker because you got 2 weeks later, bro.
All the time, like 2 weeks later, when the video just pops up in my, like in my feed.
That's a bummer.
And then I'm like, oh wait, like really, this is a thing? And then I click on it, and then it's like, this.
You got. Admit it.
Yeah, but unfairly.
It does look kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't look anything like Mario Odyssey, so I'm not sure why you bought this. Also, that outfit is just.
Oh yeah, it's awful. I mean,
wild. I mean, it looks like a mod.
So let me clarify. This is what, a 30-second video. By like 5 seconds in, I realized this was an April Fool's
Did you look up the translation for this?
Yes, it's Stuffed Toy Town or Teddy Bear Town, something like that.
Okay, interesting.
Weird. I found Stuffed Toy and Teddy Bear. So I'm not sure what the proper translation is, but it's. I don't know if
that's funny.
That is a thing in Mexico, and they just got them way worse than they got us. But
man, that's a bummer. Luke got
for like 5 seconds.
To be fair, I also on the first fell for
the Bunny Day Animal Crossing expansion.
Yeah, that too. I forgot about that. Well, it seemed believable the way that it was written.
No, it did not. As soon as you open the article, it's like everyone's favorite Animal Crossing event, it was Bunny Day,
due to high demand. I was like,
no.
That seems.
It said we have a Nintendo has extended Bunny Day to be 2 months long.
Well, in this new app.
No, in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
No.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Okay.
And then there was Animal Crossing Bunny Day, which was going to be a whole new Animal Crossing game.
Yikes.
Which got you. You fell for like 3 or 4 of them that I sent you.
I fell for that one. I fell for Sony buys Konami.
Yep.
Because I wanted that so bad.
Right.
I was just like daydreaming all of a sudden. I don't think I fell for anything else.
I sent you another one.
Maybe.
I forget what it was.
I don't remember. But now we're moving on to the real news. Luke had to. He's really insecure about getting got, so he had to got you. So hopefully you didn't fall for that. I'm sorry if you did. Mario Odyssey is not getting DLC, just to be clear. What is happening is Bugsnax, which was a previously a PlayStation 5 exclusive, coming to Xbox and Nintendo Switch. Bugsnax is an adventure game about exploring an island of anthropomorphic snacks. First made waves at E3 2020 due to the contagiously catchy tune from Caro Caro Bonito in its trailer. I don't know if I would have mentioned 2020 and contagious in the same sentence, but whatever, Kotaku. Folks have initially written it off as a meme, but it's also proved to be an offbeat puzzler with a shockingly dark undercurrent and a truly all-time messed up ending. The Isle of Big Snacks, which is a free expansion available to all players on April 28th, adds a new explorable area with new supersized Bugsnax. So yeah, I played this game on PS5. It was the first game I played on PS5 because it came out around that time. And man, it was really good. It's way better than it looks. It's a really fun first person kind of puzzler game / like you catch Bugsnax and collect them. There's some Pokemon elements to it, but it's really good, and I'm excited for it on Switch. I'll definitely double dip on this one, especially now that they're adding DLC. But
for sure, yeah, I remember you playing this a lot. You were super into it.
It looks so innocuous. Like, it looks like a kid. It is not for kids. Like, I wouldn't let your kid play this. Like, it gets really dark in the end. And it's not like inappropriate or scary or anything, but it's just, I don't know, the themes are kind of strange. Maybe it would be fine for a kid, but it's like one of those SpongeBob episodes where you're like,
sure.
Oh, how is this a kid's show? You know?
For sure.
But what else happened this week? We got some Kingdom Hearts news. Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced. Look at this.
And if I believe, this was a NVIDIA leak that everyone
it was part of the NVIDIA leak. Yeah. Well, part of the reason nobody believed this is because that leak came out just after Kingdom Hearts 3 had been released.
Oh, really?
And that had been like 10 years between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. So they're like, no way is Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out. But here we are. Kingdom Hearts 4 has been announced. And wow, does it look good. It's going to be Unreal 5 engine.
Yep.
Sora's got a whole new look. He looks like more like a Final Fantasy character than a Disney character now. And he's in a real city and he's fighting I forget the name of the shadow characters, but that's what he's fighting. And it looks like Donald and Goofy are still going to be around.
Well, Disney is still involved.
Yeah, no, I mean Kingdom Hearts, that's the whole thing is Disney, right? So we'll see what that looks like, but wow, that trailer was really cool. I'm sure it's, in-engine cinematic and not actual gameplay, but
oh yeah, no, I'm
either
sure
way, it looked really cool.
That it was in-engine cinematic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They also announced Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which is a mobile game. Nobody cares about it, and we've been over this with Kingdom Hearts. However, Luke, this will be the linchpin to the story. I guarantee you. If you play Kingdom Hearts 4 without having played this, I promise you'll be confused.
You won't understand what's going on at all.
But nobody understands the lore for that game anyway. So
yeah. I mean, this is a few years off at least.
Oh,
this is just an announcement.
I'll be surprised if it comes out this generation.
I was surprised that we even got like more than just the logo. Like,
yeah, no, much more.
But it's still, so when I saw that, I thought that maybe it was sooner, but then I realized this was just the first announcement, and this is at least 3 years off. Yeah,
I agree. 2025, 26, 27 maybe with delays and things like that, but really excited for that. Love the logo. It keeps like the 3 kind of things, but it's the Roman numeral 4. It's got kind of a darker vibe. I'm really stoked. I think that'll be cool. Next up, we have Max Payne 1 and 2 is getting remade by Remedy. which is the original developers. So that's amazing. They're going to be using the same engine that Control was on. So really great engine with really good lighting mechanics. And it looks. I mean, it doesn't look. It's exciting.
Oh, these are remakes. These aren't remasters.
They're full on remakes.
Oh wow.
So let's see.
I wish we would see more
Kotaku
of
says
that.
here, Film Noir said Max Payne is getting his due with a full remake of the first two games. Developer Remedy Entertainment announced the other day. A new compilation will include Max Payne and Max Payne 2: The Fall of Max. This will be PS5, Series X, Series S, and PC. So yeah, they're going full on. They're remaking it. They're gonna do a AAA production. It looks like Rockstar is funding this. So Rockstar owns the Max Payne IP, so they're in collaboration with. But Remedy is working on so much stuff right now. They're working on Control 2. They're working on these remakes. Let's see if they mention. Oh, Alan Wake 2, and I feel like there's something else that they're supposed to be working on. But man, their plate is full right now. So I don't know if they're big enough to handle all this stuff, or Max Payne is just coming out at the end of the generation, similar to Kingdom Hearts. But this is definitely a couple years out at least. But it's cool. Max Payne, I never got to play. I think I was probably just too young when these came out. They're definitely more adult games. But I'm excited. It's all like bullet time is the whole thing. Max Payne's a big, sad, bummer dude who hates everything and likes cliche one-liners and all that. But he's got some really cool combat going on. So that's the whole thing with Max Payne. But excited for that. Also, Tomb Raider. Yes, finally we're getting a new Tomb Raider. And it's going to be made in Unreal Engine 5. And it's probably not coming out until the end of the generation, like everything else announced this week. But they announced that development on the next Tomb Raider game was underway. And the general manager at Crystal Dynamics, Dallas Dixon, confirmed that the studio started developing Lara Croft's next adventure in Unreal Engine 5. Crystal Dynamics is proud to be part of the launch of Unreal Engine 5. This new engine translates into next-level storytelling and gameplay experiences. Our goal is to push the envelope of the fidelity and to deliver high-quality cinematic action-adventure experiences that the fans deserve from both Crystal Dynamics and the Tomb Raider franchise. They haven't shown any visuals or gameplay or anything. I think this is even an old image here. But the last 3 Tomb Raider games, did you get to play any of those? They're really, really good. They're very visceral. They're very frenetic, like combat, and just everything. If you get shot, it hurts. You have to bandage yourself. You have to deal with that. I mean, there's a lot of survival mechanics. There's a lot of crafting and searching and things like that. They're really fun, and even the climbing is interesting. They're people say they're Uncharted games, but they're more than that. They're not quite Tomb Raider games. Like there are tombs and stuff, especially in the third one, but you can kind of just skip them if you want to. They're not really big parts of the game. But they spent the last 3 games really shaping her into who we know as the Tomb Raider. So I'm hoping that if this continues those stories, that we'll finally get Lara Croft Tomb Raider that we know and love. And she's just a badass ready to go in and find some cool tomb stuff. You know what I mean?
For sure.
What else we got here? Oh, Monkey Island Return. Okay, so Return to Monkey Island got announced on April 1st, actually, so we're a little late on this. Ron Gilbert is coming back. He's the initial director for this, and it's a Lucasfilms game.
Oh, interesting.
That is coming back as well. So this was LucasArts originally, now it's Lucasfilm, but Ron Gilbert is returning, and he said in 2013, he said, if I ever get to make another Monkey Island game, I'm announcing it on April 1st. And that's what he did.
That's
almost
hilarious.
10 years later,
that's very funny.
Which is awesome. These are, I'll just read here, is Monkey Island, the iconic point-and-click adventure series developed by genre heavyweights Ron Gilbert, David Grossman, and Tim Schafer, is coming back to life in 2022 with the return of Monkey Island. So this will be the third one. It's a direct sequel. Better yet, Gilbert and Grossman are in charge once again, and a 30-year absence from the franchise they helped create. So these are like 30-year-old games. They were point-and-click PC games from a long time ago, and they're the pinnacle of the genre. These are some of the best games. I really hope that they port them to Switch and Xbox and PS5 before this new one comes out. They really don't even need a remaster because of the art style is so nice, but if they touch them up a bit, I wouldn't be upset about that. But there were some Telltale games that came out in between, and it looks like they're ignoring those. They're just gonna pick up just like they left off 30 years ago, which is wild. This was a really cool announcement for everybody to see. So really excited about that.
Yeah, super cool. Got some neat stuff.
Yes, we did. All right, so we get into today's main topic. We have a tier list we're gonna do of the best consoles of all time. Unfortunately, Luke and I are not 85 years old. So
yeah, so we're really just doing like the big three, right?
Right.
Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all the consoles
They're
that
the
we
ones
have the
we know.
most experience with,
Right.
for sure. And I don't think we'd be doing any of the other ones justice. Like, I can't really
No.
rate Sega. I mean, just
Well, I
based
can
off
rate Sega.
Sonic, I could probably like say
F-tier.
that it easily. Sonic sucks. No, but yeah, no. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to go through like chronological order of like how they release order? I mean, or how do you want to go through it?
Yeah, let's do release order. I think I can do that with some level of competence.
Yeah, pretty close at least. We can at least do generations for sure. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
But as far as like what released in.
Right. Yeah, again, we'll be skipping like Sega and Atari and all that stuff because we're not super familiar with those games. I've played a bunch of those like collections or whatever, or even on some of the old systems, but
Sure.
not enough to really give them, like Luke said, do them justice or whatever. So what we'll do, we'll start with the NES.
NES it's a solid console.
Well, I'll put it here while we talk about it.
That's fine. I mean, it was revolutionary, right? Like
NES changed
it
everything.
brought us, and also not only like hardware wise, just game wise. I mean, we got Mario, we got Zelda, we got Metroid. Yeah,
Duck Hunt,
games alone,
which is crazy. Think about Duck
Hunt.
Hunt.
Yeah, I know. Duck Hunt is insane. Like that.
I still don't understand how that game works.
It's the Wii. Like
totally.
It's exactly
Absolutely.
what it feels like. Just a Wii with the controller plugged in.
It's
Duck Hunt
such a
was
Nintendo
so cool.
thing.
And Duck Hunt was so much fun. It was such a fun
Duck Hunt's
game.
amazing. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is
Punch Out.
This is at least A tier.
Yeah, I mean, if you take into account what it did for the industry and what it did for Nintendo, I mean, this Nintendo's 100-some-year-old company, right? They used to make Hanafuda cards. They used to make wooden toys. They used to do all kinds of different things. This is what defined Nintendo as a company. So for what it did for Nintendo, it really gave them their identity, and it made them what they are today. This one system.
Yeah, well, I mean, people also like still to this day talk about these games as like some of the best games ever made. I mean,
some of them
Mario, and we got so many Mario games on this console too. We got
3
Mario, Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 2, and Super Mario Bros 3. Right? We got 4.
Well, so we got Mario Bros, which is like the versus pipe game.
Oh, okay.
And then Super Mario Brothers, which is Mario.
Right.
And then 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Right.
So 4, technically. And if you look at Super Mario and then Super Mario Brothers and then Super Mario Brothers 3, it's like they're on different consoles.
Yeah, super different.
It's amazing what they were able to achieve on this one system. So, yeah, I agree.
Why don't we get 3 mainline Mario games per console anymore?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're a lot better than they used to be. Odyssey like blows the first 3 out of the water, if you ask me. But I could see an argument for S tier, honestly.
I could too, but I think the
we'll
fact
leave it
that
at
you're talking no ability to really save your games, like
that's of course.
You know, all of the games.
I mean, it was a cartridge slot.
Insanely hard. You know, like so. I don't think it can be bumped into S tier. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, from a system level, literally all I did was play the games. So those other things kind of came later. So I don't know if it's totally fair to judge the older ones on that, but yeah, I'm satisfied with it in A tier. So then we got the Super Nintendo. This is the Super Famicom for some reason. I don't know who made this tier list. I'm kind of upset about it, but we'll just pretend that's the Super Nintendo. It's the Super Famicom is just what they called it in Japan. So
yeah,
it looked different.
I mean, this
same games though.
Out of like 90s consoles, I mean, or I guess when did this SNES come out?
Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
It came out in the 80s.
Oh, 80s. Okay.
Yeah.
Like out of I guess 80s consoles, the Super Nintendo is probably the one
I'm pretty sure
that I played the most.
Yeah, I wonder about that. That did you really? What did you play on it?
I played. Oh gosh,
there was that Star Wars game. You remember that Empire?
I don't remember that one.
I played Empire on it. I played Super Mario World.
Yeah, Super Mario World is really what I played. It came out in 1990.
Oh wow.
Yep,
okay.
So right at the beginning.
Gotcha.
And then let's see. I'm pretty sure.
Because then the 64 was like 95, I think.
N64 came out. 96.
96. When did the Virtual Boy come out? Gotta check that because that's coming up too.
Virtual Boy release.
96. Virtual Boy, I feel like
Virtual Boy was 95.
95.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah,
I mean, I played
Nintendo,
a ton of Super Mario World. I did play some Link's Awakening, but not Link's Awakening, Link to the Past.
Yeah.
But not a significant amount. I don't even think I ever got past the first dungeon, but I played that like 10 times or whatever.
Totally.
The Turtles in Time is on
Oh
SNES.
yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah, the Turtles games I remember are more the NES ones that we played at Grandma and Grandpa's house. But yeah, Turtles in Time for sure. I mean, this console has Super Metroid. It's got Super Mario World, which is an amazing game. There's so many good. I mean, Chrono Trigger. There's so many 10 out of 10s on the Super Nintendo. The library is absolutely amazing. I
feel like it goes right above the NES. I don't think you can bump this into S tier yet. Like,
yeah,
game catalog.
You're
sure.
probably right.
Console.
You're probably
like,
right.
Sure. I feel like I'd put it in A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we can't fault the consoles for the time that they didn't have those features like saving your games and stuff.
Totally.
However,
Totally.
you can prevent that from hitting S tier because now we do have that stuff.
Also, I'm pretty sure you can save your games on that Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, no,
you totally
you're right.
can.
No, you can save your games.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like even the controller is not as comfortable as
the Super Nintendo controller is one of the best controllers ever made.
Not compared to the Xbox controller. Xbox
it depends
One
on the game.
controller.
I would if I'm playing Mario, I'd way rather use a Super Nintendo controller than an Xbox.
Well,
controller.
sure. I mean, I guess that's true.
The D-pad in this thing was amazing. So that's the thing about the Super Nintendo is it did everything the Nintendo did super. It was just better. The chip that they used in this made for like you could play 3D games on this. Star Fox was a 3D game on the Super Nintendo, which is mind-blowing. I mean, the way it rendered was kind of goofy, but they were getting there. I mean, they made some really big strides.
I thought
this
Star Fox never
released
on the Super Nintendo.
Star Fox 2 never came out on the Super.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we'll do 64, right? 96?
Yeah, I think so.
And
or
then
Virtual Boy was 95.
Oh, 95. Okay. So Virtual Boy had like 15 games.
Caused headaches.
Gave everybody a headache.
And I don't know if you
Only
saw
rendered
this,
in red.
but there was actually some information recently that came out about like Nintendo forcing people to try the Virtual Boy, like employees and stuff. Yeah, did you not see that?
No.
It's super crazy. There's a
weird.
Yeah, it was. They were talking about it was like making people sick, and they.
Wow.
I mean, they released it anyway, so I think this goes to F tier for that reason in and of itself.
It's so
and the
cool,
fact that,
though.
Okay, the cool factor doesn't offset the make you sick factor. Like, you couldn't play this thing for more than
me sick, and I love it.
Not like this.
Well, I haven't played it for that long ever. I mean, I played a couple of Virtual Boy games, but not not for 45 minutes. I mean, you're right. It's the fact that they tried to do virtual reality at this stage is amazing.
Yes, that's cool.
The fact that they achieved some level of cool 3D graphics is really cool. I can't put it in F tier.
It's F tier. It is.
I'll put it in D tier.
I
think they get a for trying. They get a what is happening with my mouse? Holy cow.
I mean, Nintendo gets the good for trying. The console doesn't.
You don't think?
No, absolutely not.
We'll put it in F tier as soon as my mouse knows what it's doing. Okay. Then we got the Nintendo 64 S tier, greatest console of all time. No conversation to be had. Anything else to say?
No, I'm good.
No, this 64 is the greatest. This is it's when we're getting into the PlayStation 1 generation. PlayStation was doing discs, Nintendo stuck with cartridges. And I think that's probably the reason this console didn't do as well as it could have. Nintendo had
probably. I mean, discs were just the cool thing at this point too. You know, like everyone, but the console belongs in S tier. Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
those 3 games alone,
totally
happening on this console, and I don't care what people say about the 64 controller. Other than the issues with the thumbstick, it was a good controller. It was a little weird that it had the D-pad,
but yeah,
it's a good
okay.
controller.
It's not really
playable. It's comfortable. I think it's comfortable to play with.
No, I don't like how close your hands are together on it.
I don't know.
That being said, you're right. The library absolutely makes up for it. Ocarina is probably the greatest game ever made. Super Mario 64 still to this day holds up. Majora's Mask is incredible, especially considering they developed it in like 18 months.
Sorry, real quick. I have beef with Tim.
Tim.
If you saw on the last podcast, I was out of town, so I couldn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
That'll happen probably
every
once a month going forward.
Sure.
But his hot take was Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina.
Oh, I mean, I don't think you're gonna have beef for that reason.
He's wrong. No, I've got beef with him.
No, I think
he's wrong.
It depends on the day, if you ask me.
Nope.
I really like Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is good. It is not.
It's a lot more
Majora's Mask is great. It's not perfect. Ocarina, perfect.
Ocarina's not perfect.
No, you're right. But okay, knock him down
good.
one more. The camera in the game is
for the time. Good. It's amazing. Now it's terrible. It clips through walls all the time. It causes issues. It's a really glitchy, buggy game. It is.
I mean, not.
I have issues with it all.
Yeah,
the time.
but isn't the last time you played it on Nintendo Switch Online?
Ocarina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Online is way buggier than old Ocarina. Well, have you played it since they fixed it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyways, Tim, you're wrong.
Yeah, 64 is S tier. It's got an amazing library. 6 out of 10 games on it are like 10 out of 10s. Rare, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. They made Blast Corps. Like every other game that's a 10 out of 10 on this game is a rare game. GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. I mean, just an amazing game. Like we did top 10 64 games for a reason, you know. So 64 disk drive. This one's hard because it's super cool. The ideas that they had. F-Zero got DLC.
Yeah.
Essentially, I mean it wasn't downloadable. Right. You put F-Zero into your 64 and then you put the F-Zero expansion card into the disk drive, which like goes underneath your 64. It like attaches like this, and then you put discs into it, which were still cartridges. Basically, they were like floppy disk kind of.
Interesting.
Because Nintendo is terrified of piracy, but you put those in, and it allowed the 64 to have way more processing power and do way more impressive graphics and all kinds of things like that. So it was really neat what they were trying to do, but nobody bought it, and there's only like 15-20 games on it or something. There's the Mario Paint games, which are really neat, and then F-Zero, and then
can you still play this stuff?
It was most
is it just impossible to find?
It's impossible. It's so expensive. A disk drive is going to cost you $1,000.
Oh,
So, and then some of the games are hundreds of dollars. So you can play it, but they're really hard to find. And none of the DD content I think made it off of that system. So, I feel like C tier is probably, it didn't sell well.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
didn't
I
do
don't.
well. It wasn't
I've never
supported.
played one. I've never looked at the games or anything. But, I mean, I think as of now, I'm fine with that. We'll see what else falls into C tier. But
Totally.
PS1.
Oh yeah, we totally should have switched to PlayStation by now. Okay. So 64 happened. Then we got the PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 is probably A tier. PlayStation 1 has hundreds of games. Sony broke into the console market no problem and instantly sold like I don't know. I want to say like 200 million consoles. Like it was a lot. It sold a lot.
Oh, really?
It's like 170 or something.
The PS2, I think, is what broke 200 million.
Yeah, but PS2 was like 250 or something.
Okay.
Anyways, it sold a lot. I think it was like 179 million or something, somewhere in there. But this is where we got Spyro. This is where we got Crash. This is where we got what's his name? Ratchet and Clank. All kinds of amazing stuff for the first time. It was the real first 3D console with a disc, and like this was the first real modern console.
I think you're right.
You know
I think
what I mean?
it probably belongs there, even though I haven't played very much of it. But
the Star Wars game on here, Episode 1, was awesome. They had some really cool racing games.
Never played that.
There's honestly, we weren't PlayStation house. We were Xbox and Nintendo instead of Sega and PlayStation. So yeah, we missed out on a lot. And I know there's a ton of stuff on the PS1 that we're missing, but I definitely am willing to give it A tier, no problem.
Sure. So
go
I think we're going
Xbox?
PS2. Was Xbox?
Yeah.
No, PS2 was first. PS2 was totally first.
I don't remember. Look it up.
Okay,
I feel like
PS2,
I feel like the whole thing with the Xbox is that it came out early. But maybe it didn't. I can't
PS2
remember.
released in 2000.
2000. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was first.
The Xbox was 2001.
And GameCube?
GameCube.
So 2000 for PS2.
Was 2001.
2001.
Before Xbox. Xbox came out last.
Okay.
Out of the three.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So then we go PS2. PS2's S tier. PS2 has one of the largest and best libraries of any console ever made. You're talking GTA 3, San Andreas, all of the Ratchet and Clank games. What else? All of the Call of Duty and Medal of Honor and all of that stuff. Man, what am I missing? Spider-Man 2 was on it. Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. No, it has, and it's the best-selling console of all time.
Yeah, totally.
I think DS Family technically beats it.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's like 4 or
it's
5
also
consoles.
handheld, and it was DS Lite. It didn't include the 3DS, but there was tons of it over a longer period of time too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy Taxi.
I think everything might be a little high though.
I think everything is high?
Yeah, I think everything's maybe one tier too high.
I don't know.
But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Sure.
So let's do GameCube.
GameCube is S tier.
Yeah, no, GameCube definitely belongs up with 64 and PlayStation 2. Absolutely. Your Super Smash Bros. Melee, two great Zelda games in Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Wind Waker is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Twilight Princess is everything that Wind Waker should have been.
Yeah, I mean, those 3 games alone.
Yeah, totally.
But
and then we got Luigi's Mansion.
Yep.
People were putting like all the Resident Evil games are on GameCube.
Yeah, that's true.
People were like third-party support on GameCube was at an all-time high for Nintendo. I feel like, they had Capcom gassing them up. What else? Call of Duties, like you're saying. Obviously Super Smash Bros. Mario Sunshine.
Well, and Melee, which was considered the best Smash of all time, and to some people probably still is.
Yeah.
I would take Ultimate over Melee personally, but I'm not.
Oh yeah,
I'm
and then
not
you
a
had
super
4
competitive.
swords, which is super cool, where you use
yeah,
your
4
Game
swords.
Boy SP.
So I mean 3 Zelda titles actually, but
well, and then it also had Ocarina and Majora's Mask.
right, yeah.
So
and Master Quest. Master Quest
and
was
Master
on
Quest.
GameCube for the first time.
Yeah, GameCube
So,
is a great system.
yeah, I think
there's all
it
kinds
definitely
of stuff.
it belongs with the PS2 and 64.
Totally.
But I think all of this is gonna have to bump down
we'll
a tier.
see. We'll see. And then Xbox.
Yep.
Xbox, I think, is B tier.
Whoa.
Maybe A tier.
Yeah, I would put Xbox in front of all of A tier.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me why.
Well, game catalog is amazing on Xbox.
Yep.
Knights of the Republic 2. What else we got? We got Obi-Wan. There's so many games on
Halo.
the original Xbox. Halo
Halo 2.
Halo 2.
Halo 3.
Now I will say that the Duke controller
Halo 3
was a little much, but at the time,
yeah, but
Xbox
the
had the best controller.
Controller was better.
Yeah, it was significantly better.
Yeah.
I mean, GameCube was a really solid controller too. I still love the GameCube controller to this day.
Yeah.
But I think over long periods of time, Xbox was the most comfortable one to play with.
The Duke or the S?
The smaller one.
Yeah.
Yep. I think.
Yeah, it was weird because of the black and white buttons. That was kind of a strange thing. Also, 3D controls still weren't really figured out. I went back to play Obi-Wan the other day, and
it's a little
the right stick is your lightsaber,
right, which is
weird. Then it's got like Z targeting, and you move with the left stick, and it's really disorienting.
Yeah, super clunky. But that's that game
it's
specifically.
Clunky, if you will.
I mean, Halo controls amazing.
Oh, Halo controls great.
You know,
Halo set up what FPSs were going to control like, and then it didn't. But yeah, Halo controls great. Halo 2 is amazing.
I mean, so why?
What are you? Oh,
holding?
It was a PC. It was just a PC. It was the most powerful console at the time.
So I'm confused why we're down a tier.
Well, I was just thinking because of like 360 and all that. But down a tier from S tier?
Yeah.
I
mean, is the GameCube 64 and PS2 significantly better than the Xbox?
No, but they're a little better.
How so?
I think the libraries are better on these three. But I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I feel like
it was also the most powerful out of all 4 of these. So, yeah, Xbox came in a big way. I think I don't know. You're right. It's got a great lineup. It's a really good console. Everything ran well. It did Xbox Live for the first time, which really kind of set up the whole way that consoles would work even now, with being always online and everything and multiplayer and I mean, Xbox is a great console. You're totally right.
Now we're going to PS3.
Is it PS3?
Yeah, I believe the release order was PS3, 360.
I have no idea what that is. What is that?
I'm not sure. Is that like the PS3 Slim?
I can't tell what that is. Maybe that's the PS2. What is that?
I have no idea.
Oh no. Is there a Series X on this? I don't see it anywhere.
No, there's no Series X or S.
Oh, weird. Okay. Well, we'll just keep going. We'll pretend that's the PS2, and if it's not,
we'll add them in post.
Yeah, we'll add them in post.
We'll see.
PS3. PS3.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, is PS3 360? Like, 360 is better than the Xbox.
Yeah. Totally.
PS3 is.
What do you think? PS3 is a really good console.
I don't know. I didn't play it.
But it was so overpriced.
I didn't play a ton on PS3.
It was $600 when it came out.
This had Uncharted. It had. I mean, I feel like PS3 is really when PlayStation broke into the exclusives, like on a forefront, like really separated from 360 versus PS3. Yeah. You know, I have a hard time putting PS3 lower than any of our S tier.
But it was $600.
I mean, I don't I can't
so
compare
much.
prices unless I look at prices on everything, you know.
The PS5 was $500.
Yeah, I understand that, but
And that's
they also
over 10 years
they also
later.
released more PS3s. They got that price down, but I think part of that could have even been like why again. I'm pretty sure it released first, and maybe
Before the 360.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, $600 in what was it, 2006 or something?
Oh, actually, 360 came out a year before PS3.
Okay.
And then
What year
Wii
was
left?
PS3?
PS3 was 06.
Okay.
360 was 05.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of money. That's just like,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I know it is, but like I'm not gonna let that hold the console back. I mean, you could say
it should
you
a
could
little.
say that the fact that you couldn't get your hands on a Series S or a PlayStation 5 hurts the console. Like it's the same kind of thing. Like it's just a different reason you couldn't get your hands on the console. You know, like I don't think it hurts it. I think everything is at least one tier too high.
Okay.
And I think PS3 belongs at least at the bottom of A tier, probably at the top though.
PS3?
Yeah.
Right here?
No, A tier.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
At least. I mean,
yeah, it's good. I don't know. I just think it was too expensive.
it was better. I don't think too expensive. PS3 was a better console than PS2.
360 though. Boom.
360 is the top of A tier.
You think?
Oh, absolutely. This was an amazing console. The problem is S tier is the Series S, the PlayStation 5. Like that.
Yeah.
Those are what's
X
going to the S tier,
no
right?
problem.
So like,
but I feel like 360 is too.
as
I think
good
it is.
as that. Like, and it's,
dude, what's the tell me one difference between the 360 and the Series X that doesn't have anything to do with power.
The controller's better on the X.
Slightly.
Significantly.
Well, it's been iterated 5 times.
Yeah.
Even 6 maybe. I mean,
I see what you're saying. But
as far as what a modern console is,
but
like I know I've said this 2 or 3 times before. There is no 360 could come out today and be a modern console. The way the dashboard is set up, the way that it's online, the way that it let you do YouTube, it let you do Netflix, it let you do it let you play media, it lets you talk to your friends, it's got online lobbies. The 360 did all of that stuff.
But didn't the PS3 do
that was like 15 years ago.
Basically all of that too?
Not as well. And that stuff kind of came slowly and later. But Xbox Live was good, and PlayStation 3's
was great.
Online was just bad. It was just bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with this at the moment.
Also, Dragon Age 1, Dragon Age 2.
Oh, yeah, I mean the catalog
Halo
is
3,
insane.
Halo 4. What else came out on the 360? Freaking everything. Like everything I played during that generation was on 360. Yeah. Gears of War. I'm trying to think. Oh, all the Assassin's Creed games I played on 360.
Yeah, no, I'm
Far Cry,
right, I'm with
all
you.
that stuff.
I'm with you. All right. So moving on to Wii.
Batman.
Wii is C tier.
What?
Wii is
Are you
C-tier.
high?
No, Wii is C tier.
No way.
For the controller alone, Wii is C tier.
Okay.
The controller
oh my God.
is garbage.
Stop.
Okay, you're telling me that the Wii is better than the NES, SNES, even just catalog wise?
Okay, first of all, it sold like 200 million copies. Like,
okay,
it was the one. It broke into the mainstream, and everybody had one.
Yeah,
it was
because
phenomenon.
Of the gimmick. This was the strongest gimmick of any Nintendo
but it
console.
wasn't a gimmick. It was good.
No, it wasn't. It was good for what it. No,
Wii Sports, dude.
It wasn't good. Wii Sports was so much fun.
Wii Sports was not a gimmick. It was good.
You constantly had to adjust the stupid sensor.
No, and you didn't.
Yes, you absolutely did.
No,
and you had to sometimes
if you left
like
the sensor where it was. I never had
like
an issue.
recalibrate your controller.
No way.
You had to, also the catalog on the Wii is not as good as any of the games. I think
you're misremembering, dude. The
what? Okay,
the best motion controls of anything I have played to this day are on the Wii.
Correct. And motion controls suck. So
No, you're wrong.
no, they do. Okay,
You don't like
tell
them.
me.
That doesn't
Tell
mean
me
they
the
suck.
Zelda game. Tell me Skyward Sword is better than Link to the Past.
What? No.
Exactly. Tell me any game on Wii is better than any of the
Super
Nintendo...
Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Best Mario games ever made.
Ooh, okay, that's true. Galaxy games are...
Galaxy.
Galaxy's good.
What competitive people didn't like it, but everybody loves Smash Brothers Brawl. I don't care who you are or what you say now. I remember we liked it when it came out. It was fun. Smash Bros. Brawl was good. Twilight Princess was made for the Wii, and it was amazing. Skyward Sword is one of the best Zelda games ever made. I love Skyward Sword. I don't care what anybody says. And the controls on the Wii are so good. They're better than they are on the Joy-Cons. You don't like motion controls. I get that. But when it comes to motion controls, this is the epitome of them. They're the best. They bought this motion control system from an airline. Like a guy pitched it to like use in airplanes and all kinds of fancy. You have to look into it sometime because I don't know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
but it's really cool. And it was meant for that kind of field, but Nintendo like patented it and used it for their own technology, and it is almost flawless. And Wii Bowling is amazing. Wii Golf is amazing. Wii Sports like made this console so good. Also Wii Play was great. All of the arcade games that they had on this console were amazing. Like the Wii was a really, really good console with a lot of really good games.
The Wii was a gimmicky.
Also,
fun,
there's a Pro controller if you don't want to use
and the Pro controller was not good.
It was serviceable. It was a 360.
Really.
No,
and
it's basically a 360 controller.
Didn't you have to like plug it into the top of? Didn't you have to plug it into the Wii remote?
I don't think so.
Because the cable on that thing is like 1.5 feet long.
I think there's a wireless version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never really had a Pro controller for the Wii. The Wii is a fun console, but it is a gimmicky console, and there is nothing on the Wii.
It wasn't just a gimmick. It was good. Like,
okay, the gimmicks can be good.
I guess. But
like,
you're making it sound like the motion control didn't make Xbox and PlayStation go, what are we doing?
Absolutely. And PlayStation and Xbox,
they tried it and it was
battle
garbage.
It was awful. Of course.
Garbage.
Yeah. However, there is nothing on the Wii that I would play on the Wii than any other console.
Except for Super Mario Galaxy.
No, I would rather play Galaxy on a Switch than a Wii.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I think C tier is exactly where that console belongs.
No, I think it's S tier. So
no way.
I'm dead.
No
I'm dead
way
serious.
is it S tier.
I'm dead serious.
You were nitpicking and biased.
We're gonna put it in the middle, top of B. I can't believe we disagree so much on that.
Wow, absolutely not.
What's next? 360 or Xbox One?
That's probably the big giant black box right there.
No, it's this one.
Wait, what?
That's the Xbox One.
That's the One S.
No, it's not. It's just a white Xbox One. It's got a.
They never made a white Xbox One.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
What?
Xbox One has got to be
S tier.
No, you're crazy. Xbox One is probably C tier.
I guess they did make a white one. Whoa, what?
They messed up with Xbox One.
Absolutely not.
Do you remember the
reveal?
Yes,
I do. I absolutely do.
Okay, well, let's
talk
about the reveal. They did not.
Yes,
they absolutely did not.
Yes, they did.
So,
oh my gosh.
First of all, when they launched it, they said, this game, your system has to be plugged into the internet at all times. And it must always be online. Hold on. This matters. It matters. When they announced the Xbox One, they said you have to be online all the time, and we'll check every 30 minutes if you're online or not. If you're not, you cannot play single player games. They also said, what was the thing I was going to say? Help me out.
I have no idea.
Shoot.
No one cares about the reveal.
You can't share. It matters. It totally matters.
It does not.
Yes, it does.
The reveal has nothing to do with the console.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
It
Absolutely
does, because this
not.
is what they wanted. And if we hadn't like risen up and said no, It would have launched like this.
You're crazy. That doesn't matter. What matters?
Yes, it does.
No, then to credit Xbox is that they listened to the backlash, they changed it, and they released a great console.
Yeah, and it did not save it. It didn't save it.
It absolutely did.
I mean, the PS4 ran laps around it, so
what?
The Xbox One was a minor
upgrade. You have to incorporate the Xbox One, the One S, the One Elite. All of that is together. The One X,
One X, yeah.
Yeah, all of that is together. This was a great console.
I don't know if you have to include the revisions.
Well,
it's hard because once you get into the current and next gen stuff, the PS4 and the PS4 Pro are totally different consoles. I kind of wish we would have included those separately because the PS4 Pro is amazing.
The original PlayStation versus the PS3 original PlayStation is very different than the
not hardware wise. It's not. It's pretty much the same. Once you get into this generation, it's when the first Xbox One VCR system versus the Xbox One X, not the same console.
It is the same console. It
only in name.
The catalog is the same.
But only in name.
No, the menu is the same. Everything about it is the same.
Yeah, the menu is the same on the Series X too.
Yeah, okay, but that's the generation. We're ranking the generations here. It does not even belong anywhere close to C tier.
Then it launched at a C tier, and by the end it was A tier.
It was top of. This is a significantly better console than everything in A tier that we have there.
Yeah, but we judged the PS2 and the Xbox based on what they did for gaming. If we're gonna judge the Xbox One on what it did for gaming, it gets no points, 0. It did nothing. There was nothing special about this console.
Okay.
It just was an incremental upgrade. It wasn't anything special. Looking back at the Xbox One generation, there was nothing cool about Project Scorpio. There was nothing amazing about the One X when it launched. It was just a little bit better than it was originally. That's all. There was no cool new features on the Xbox One.
It's such an improvement on the Xbox 360.
Only hardware. That's all. It didn't do any. The 360 set up everything, and it earned respect of gamers.
Okay, but would you rather play an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One?
An Xbox One, because it's a 360 with more power, not because of anything it did on its own.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 360 with more power. It belongs above the 360.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Because the 360 earned that slot.
The Xbox
it
One
doesn't
has
just
a
get
great
to give it
catalog
to the,
on it too.
The Xbox One did no
360,
innovating.
We didn't even bring up the Red Ring of Death with the 360.
Xbox One has.
You want to talk about a launch issue? Red Ring of Death on the 360.
That's a good point.
That could knock it down an entire tier in and of itself.
You're right. I didn't consider that.
I think
the 360 rose above those issues. But you're right. We didn't even bring up the Red Ring of Death. I think when it comes to the Xbox One, when you look at what did it do on its own for Xbox and what did it do for the future of gaming, the answer is nothing. As far as the libraries go between Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Series X, Xbox One has the worst library of all 4.
What? No way.
Yes, it does. As individual releases, Xbox One games that released on the Xbox One, it's backwards compatible doesn't count.
You're talking about exclusives.
Yeah.
I don't think the exclusive category necessarily matters.
Every game that was released as an Xbox One game, exclusives or otherwise,
is worse than...
that's the worst library lineup out of Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Series X.
Also, Xbox One introduced us Game Pass. You want to talk about what Xbox One generation did for gaming?
I don't think that's true, actually.
Yes,
I think
it did.
Game Pass came before Xbox.
No, Xbox Live Gold came on 360.
Oh, you're right.
With the 2 free games. Xbox Game Pass is to this day changing and revolutionizing the video game industry.
I'll give you that.
This belongs.
Game Pass is huge.
This belongs in S tier above the 360.
No,
100%.
You're not listening. You're not
Neither
listening.
are you.
Game Pass is the when you have the 360, you have online gaming, You have the chat rooms and the party system. You have the way that they set up their system to be a multimedia system. You have all of the great games. That's the 360. The Xbox One has Game Pass. That's it.
Xbox, it improved on everything the 360 did.
Yeah, that's
everything the 360 did. The Xbox One did better. I could have
improved on the 360. That's not impressive.
This is the same reason we put the Super Nintendo above the NES. Like that was the first thing you said. The Super Nintendo did everything.
Yeah, but
just
that's
better
back when
than
hardware innovation
NES.
actually mattered.
Everything the 360 did was done better on the Xbox One. The Xbox One has a great catalog of games. I don't care what you say. The controller was amazing. Everything about the Xbox One was Xbox One is a great console.
Yes, but it wasn't special. It didn't do anything for gaming other than Game Pass, which you're right. That's a big deal. But the games that came out during this generation on Xbox were not that amazing. They were just reiterations.
Skyrim.
Halo 5 was garbage. Skyrim came out on 360. It was just a lull. I promise you, when you look back over Xbox's
Red Dead Redemption 2,
Xbox One will be Red Dead Redemption 2 is great. You're right. But Red Dead Redemption 1 came out on the 360. Halo 3 came out on the 360. The 360 had a way better lineup.
I'm not saying the catalog is better on Xbox One than 360. However, you can play almost the entire catalog of the 360 on Xbox One.
Irrelevant.
No, that absolutely is relevant. Yes, it doesn't. Yes, it is. That is relevant, and that's why
we're not
PS4,
rating these based on if you could go out and buy a console, which one would you buy? That's not. We're rating it for the time when it was released.
What? No,
how did it? Yes, it did. Yeah, we
are not.
We're rating it based on the time it was out, based on the generation, not based on now. If I'm rating it based on now, Xbox One is F tier because it's garbage and it doesn't do anything my Series X does.
Okay.
We're rating it based on from the time it released to the time it went out. How did it perform? How did it do? How were the games? You know? And Xbox One was fine. That's it. It was fine. Xbox.
You're crazy.
Dude, PlayStation 4 was way better than Xbox One.
Okay, I don't know about
way better.
Way
Dude,
better.
The exclusives that came out during this generation on the PS4 were godlike. You got the first God of War. You got The Last of Us. You got The Last of Us 2.
The first God of War was not on PS. What?
Well, no, I mean like the remake. The God of War. Not the very first God of War. The new God of War.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The reboot. So you got God of War. You got Last of Us 1 and 2. You got Uncharted 3 and 4. Well, it was 3. I guess 3 was on the PS3, but Uncharted 4. Dude, like PlayStation killed it this generation. Xbox One just like constantly disappointed me. I did not have an Xbox One X until Fallen Order came out. Like Xbox One was just so lackluster in my opinion.
I think you're crazy. PS4.
PS4 is S tier. PS4 is the best PlayStation ever made.
It's better than the 360.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
The catalog.
Everything the catalog is amazing.
That you're comparing.
I agree.
For the record, S tier goes PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360. PS4, I will give you, PS4 was better than the Xbox One, for sure. Which
and the 360?
The Xbox One?
What are you talking about? PS4 is better than the 360?
Yeah. It's not my favorite. I prefer the 360.
Yeah,
but that is largely driven by nostalgia.
I think the 360 is better.
I don't think so. I think the catalog
rivals the PS4. That's what I'm saying.
The catalog on
all the good stuff that Xbox has came out during the 360.
Yeah, but again, like Red Ring of Death, like alone on the 360,
right.
like
but the PS4 runs like a jet engine, bro. Like it gets way hot. It crashes. Like the initial PS4 had a lot of issues too. The PS4 Pro is like the best console ever made. Like
right, which again, same generation. Like
until
if you're letting the 360 rise above Red Ring, then you gotta let.
You're right.
PS4,
actually, you know what? Spider-Man's on the PS4. That was easy.
There's no next gen consoles on this, so
I know.
guess
Well,
Switch.
We'll have to. Yeah, we'll do Switch, and then we'll
Switch is right in release order, anyways.
Right. Yeah. Switch is S tier, and it's better than PS4.
We forgot the Wii U. As we should.
Oh, that's what. Okay, hold on. So I think this is the PS2 right here. I think this is the Wii U. Wii U. Okay, so tell me what you think about the Wii U, and then I'll correct you.
And then you'll correct me. Wow. Okay.
You never had one.
Wii U had a phenomenal catalog of games. The catalog on the Wii U is great. The
Like
Wii
what?
U. I mean, I'm pretty sure every Zelda game is on the Wii U, with the exception of like.
Okay, but
like,
again, backwards compatible doesn't count. We gotta.
No, I'm not. This is not backwards compatibility. I can't plug in my GameCube game. That's not backwards compatibility.
Well, Virtual Console is the same as backwards
that's not.
compatibility.
And we brought up Ocarina and Majora for the GameCube. Like,
well, but that's because they were ported to the GameCube.
Regardless, backwards compatibility does matter 100%. Backwards compatibility is one of the biggest points of contention on every new console release.
Yeah, no, you're right. Backwards compatibility matters, but I don't think you can say, like, I'll just give you an example. The GameCube is the best because it has all of the games from the GameCube, the Super Nintendo, and the NES. You know what I mean? Like, that it doesn't get a strength in it. Like, you can say backwards compatibility is good as a pro, but you don't get to be like, oh, it's the Super Nintendo but better. You know what I mean?
What? Right, but that's not what I'm saying.
I know.
I'm
just saying.
If you want to,
I'm redefining how we're ranking backwards compatibility.
Does
it have it? Yes or no?
The Wii U has a good catalog. It has a great catalog.
Yeah,
it has a very.
Agreed.
I mean, Breath of the Wild is the
Wii U Zelda. You're
game.
Right.
However, I will never buy or play this console. I hate the tablet. The tablet is. I
really like the tablet.
I tried to play Twilight Princess with it. I hated the thing.
I really like the tablet.
I didn't like the dual screen.
It makes Wind Waker way better. The fact that, because in Wind Waker you're always pausing to like reorient yourself and check the map and all that stuff. The fact that you just have your map open on the tablet feels really good with Wind Waker.
I mean, I paused the game to look at the tablet anyways. Like,
well, I'll agree with you on Twilight Princess. The functionality was not great. But Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker really took advantage of the tablet in really good ways, in my opinion. But you can use a Pro Controller.
Yeah, I think the Wii U belongs exactly where it is.
C tier?
Yep.
It's hard because you're right. I mean, it had Mario Kart 8. It had Super Mario 3D World. It had Twilight Princess HD. It had Wind Waker HD. It had Breath of the Wild. It had Splatoon, which was huge. There's some really solid games. Fatal Frame. Had Zombie U. It had Call of Duty. Like, the Wii U was okay. The problem was it didn't get any third-party support, and it didn't sell very well, and so Nintendo kind of gave up on it. Yeah, and it sucks because I really like the system, and
I mean, it only has like, I'm pretty sure, doesn't it only have like 153 games on it?
No, it's way more than that.
Oh, is that just Nintendo games or something?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the Wii U was them trying to take a DS and make it a console. Like, that's exactly what they were trying to do with the tablet and the dual screen.
The Wii U is the Switch. That's what they wanted to. Like, that's where they're headed. You can see that really clearly because there was a feature where you could move your main screen to the tablet.
Yeah.
And then you could take it. That was
you could kind of take it
around the house. Like, you could take it into the bathroom.
I couldn't have it downstairs and play up here.
Well, no, that's pretty far. But you could like go into the living room from your bedroom or something. They were getting there. But yeah, you're right. I think, unfortunately, just kind of based on everything else we're looking at, it had to be C tier.
Yeah.
But I have a soft spot for the Wii U. Then we'll do Switch. Switch is S tier. It's the best console ever made. Changed my mind.
Okay. It outputs at 1080.
Yeah, HD.
The Joy-Con scandal, whatever you want to call it.
Drift.
The Joy-Con drift.
Yeah. Drift is a problem.
Drift is a big problem.
I've never had Joy-Con drift.
Well, I mean that I never had a red ring of death on the 360.
I'm just saying it doesn't bother me.
Okay. The third party games on the Switch are better on
godlike.
On what?
The support is godlike.
Well, yeah, the third party support is crazy, but any cross platform game on the Switch is better on the other
it's always been like that for Nintendo.
Right.
Okay. Ever since
no Spider-Man.
Since GameCube. No, what do you mean no Spider-Man?
There's no Spider-Man on. You said PS4 Spider-Man bumped it up. No,
I wouldn't play Spider-Man on it anyways.
The Switch. Don't get me wrong. The Switch is a great console. It does what it is supposed to do. It does very well. There is room for improvement, though. No, there's room for improvement. The Joy-Cons.
You could do this all day, and it'll switch back and forth.
That's what it is. Not that comfortable to play in handheld mode.
That's true. But you can get a grip.
There is what. Right. That is not what we're rating. We're not rating accessories.
You're right.
If we were rating accessories, we would be double S tier.
You're right. We would be double.
Yes, accessories on the Wii were insane.
Because the lightsabers and the golf clubs and the
No, so I don't think this is. I think this is the bottom of S tier. Like,
what is bottom of S tier?
The Switch.
The Switch.
Yeah.
So here's why I disagree. Breath of the Wild was amazing.
On the Wii U.
Sure, but you can't take it on the plane. Skyrim, you can take Skyrim on the plane. This thing is amazing. It comes with 2 controllers that can be 2 separate controllers.
Yeah.
You and I can play on the thing in handheld mode on a roof. That's super cool.
Yeah, it's hard because that's so hard to compare to the PlayStation. Like,
PlayStation can't do that.
I understand that, but I don't know. I see. Like, I get what you're saying.
The fact that I can take my Switch, my Switch.
I'm not gonna fight you that much on the Switch being there.
And take Mario Kart, and just go and play with somebody, or Smash Bros. It's got Smash Bros Ultimate. It's got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is getting DLC. It's got Breath of the Wild. It's got Super Mario Odyssey, which is the best Mario game ever made.
Which is also getting DLC.
Which is not getting DLC. The lineup. Metroid Dread. I mean, like, Nintendo is killing it. This is the best Nintendo's ever been. I'm convinced. I love my Switch. It is my favorite console. And yes, would I rather play some of these games on PlayStation or Xbox? Absolutely. But I don't. I buy them on my Switch because I can take it wherever I want.
Yeah, you value handheld mode a lot more than I do.
Well,
so
I'm an Uber driver.
Well, yeah.
If you could bring your PlayStation in the car, would I? Yeah, I would totally do that.
Have you seen the screen for the Xbox? I think it's the Series S. Did you see that?
Oh
yeah,
it plugs in the back,
and then you can't.
But you still need wall power though. Like,
not if you get a big enough battery. They make them. There are big enough batteries to power that.
That's a lot more cumbersome.
Yeah.
The fact that it's so seamless, it just drops in the dock and goes on the TV.
Yeah. Again, I'm not gonna fight you that much on there. I don't think it
top of S tier
belongs at the top all the way, but I'm okay with it being there.
So we don't have
all right,
consoles,
Atari
so
is PS5.
I'm gonna use the Genesis for Series X.
Yeah,
and then the Dreamcast for PS5 because it's white.
Top of S tier.
Right there.
Top of S tier.
Yeah, right there.
No, the Xbox Series X is better than the Switch. Quick resume is an insane feature. The power on this thing is absolutely crazy. It upscales all of your old games. Everything looks better. So everything runs better.
That's not true.
Not all of them.
No, it doesn't upscale at all. They have increased the frame rate and the resolution on those games individually. That your Series X doesn't do that.
Oh, okay.
But it's cool that that's a new feature that they added with the Series X. they boosted the hell out of backwards compatibility, and they allow you to run at a better frame rate and higher resolution because of the Series X's power. Yes, but it's different than saying like it just does that on its own. The backwards compatibility on this console is the best of probably any console ever. The fact that you can take a disc from 2002 and pop it into this thing and it will read it is amazing.
Pretty cool.
The Series X's quick resume feature, the fact that I can have 5 to 10 different games, all AAA titles that are just like running in the background on this thing, and I can unplug the power cable and bring it over to Luke's house, plug it back in, and they're all still there.
It's insane.
It is mind-boggling. It is so crazy the way that quick resume works. This is the fastest console by a long shot that I have ever used. The way it boots up and gets you into the game.
Yep.
Red Dead Redemption, we're talking 15 seconds.
It's crazy.
It is mind-blowing,
the
power of this
console ever made.
The controller is amazing. The fact that the default controller that it shifts with has grip texture on the back is awesome. The fact that they keep releasing there's like 25 different controllers already. It's amazing. Like
and Xbox Design
they're supporting
Lab
the heck
cool.
out of this thing. What?
Xbox Design Lab.
Oh yeah, Design Lab is cool. That's been around for a while, but the fact that you can do it with Xbox One controllers now is awesome. Or Series X controllers. Mm-hmm. The name is dumb as hell. It's so dumb. Series X is the worst name. Xbox One was bad. Series X is worse. When people were complaining about it, I was like, oh, it won't be that big of an issue. No, it's confusing. I still say Series X or Xbox One X. It's getting better, but it's still confusing. I hate the name. That being said, it's probably one of the best consoles ever made. I like the Switch better because I can take it with me. When the Switch 2 comes out, it'll be the top of S tier. It's a little bit behind, so let it breathe. Xbox just came out, so but yeah, Series S is great. PlayStation 5. I think it goes right behind PS4 for now. Backwards compatibility on this console is probably the worst it's ever been on a console.
Yeah,
that's not true. I mean, some consoles just straight up don't have it, but out of the 4,000 to 6,000 titles that were published on the PS4, it only runs like 1,000 of them, which is a lot. I mean, it's not nothing. It's a lot. But it's not near. I mean, I think everything that runs on Xbox One runs on Series X, like no questions asked.
Everything on Xbox One.
And then there's hundreds of titles from the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And even more from the 360. So the backwards compatibility on the PS5 is not good. The thing is the size of Moses's left tablet. This thing is huge. It's so big, like for no reason. Not a fan of that. It's gorgeous though. Love the design. It took me a while. It grew on me. The games don't exist.
Yeah, there's bug snacks. Oh, but you can now play that on everything else.
Right. Yeah, I mean, everybody's like PlayStation because of the exclusives, but really the only exclusives they've released this generation are Demon's Souls, Returnal, and a couple of other things that aren't
Game Pass is
really
better than PlayStation.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have
whatever.
Game Pass. And the new thing they announced is not even close to Game Pass. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, this is not Game Pass. It's not even kind of Game Pass. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not as good in every way. Like graphically and performance wise, not as good as the Series X. Backwards compatibility. Not as good as the Series X. The only thing that it does do better are the exclusives. That's true, because the Series X really doesn't have any exclusives.
No. Well, yeah, it does. It has
Halo
catalog.
and they're bad. Not their. Let me rephrase that. Halo Infinite is bad.
Halo Infinite is not bad.
It's bad. It's so buggy. It has their multiplayer has nothing like it will be good. 2 or 3 years from now, Halo Infinite will be the best Halo ever made. But the fact that it launched the way it did is just really sad. Yeah, I don't know.
This episode will be titled Kirk's Hot Takes.
What? Everybody agrees with me on
No.
Halo multiplayer. And
continue.
And the campaign on Halo Infinite is like full of bugs and it's not finished. There's tons of empty. Yeah. Anyways, Halo should have been delayed for another 1.5 years. That's my hot take.
Well, that's it. That's our tier list. Right? I mean, we don't have anything else to put up there. Not missing anything else.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. All that to say, gaming's doing better than it ever has been. PlayStation is killing it. Xbox is killing it. Nintendo's killing it. Really stoked with what they've got and what they're offering, and what the future holds. PlayStation's scaring me a little bit here and there with the online DRM and all that stuff, but Xbox is really exciting me, and I think that they'll continue to challenge PlayStation to do better. And Nintendo is just, I'm over the moon with what they're doing right now. So really looking forward to the future of gaming and the next consoles that come out.
Absolutely.
All right, so next we're going to finish up eShop, iShop, uShop. Oh, I guess we're starting a new one. Not finishing.
And
I apologize for that.
I want to go ahead and pull this up here. First of all, let's get rid of this tier list.
Hide that.
Yep.
And then you can just hit the next one up. Go ahead and close that.
All right. So, this week we did
$10.
$10.
Yep.
Now, mine didn't come out at $10.
Remind everybody what the segment is.
So, what we do is we pick a game for each other, and then we play the game. Between now and next week, we'll both play the game.
Pick a price point.
Right.
First time we did $1. Now we're doing $10.
Next, we're doing $100. We're
No.
just adding a zero every time.
Luke and I go through the eShop and pick each other a game. And then we'll reveal that game. Hopefully they haven't heard of it, or have never played it. They'll play it, review it, come back next week and let each other know what we think.
So
this week
I've got a fun one for you.
Hold on.
What?
We picked the same game.
Yeah, I know. So we were. How did you know that? You looked at it?
I accidentally saw it.
Yeah, so did I. So literally before the podcast, we were like, "What if we picked the same game?" When we both said it was $10.
Looks like that's not gonna happen.
I mean, there is probably
so many.
hundreds of eShop games.
There's so many.
We picked
the same game. It's called A Short Hike.
A Short Hike. Let's watch the trailer.
Okay. Yep. Have you played it?
No. Have you played it?
Yeah.
What?
I'll play it again though.
Oh no, I'm not picking it for you. I've got
it's too late.
Nope, I've got a different one.
You got a backup?
Yeah, you can't play this. You've played it before.
I mean, I would be down to replay it.
No.
I really like this game. I think you'll really like this game.
Yeah, I can't decide. We'll see.
I had a great time with it. It's really fun. You kind of just get to run around and do whatever. There's all kinds of side quests. It's a really cool open world, isometric. And the way that you get better at flying and can last longer, and man, it's a really cute game. I love the art style.
Yeah,
I love how epic it gets. It's got climbing and flying
pretty.
and all that
The
stuff, but
flying
you got
seems like
stamina.
an interesting mechanic.
And the stamina kind of upgrades for both flying and climbing.
Okay.
But A Short Hike is a very good game.
Well, let's do this. Let me pull up.
Go ahead and close that out.
Let me go ahead and pull up, because I was looking at a few. I was narrowing it down, and then I picked that one. But yeah, no, I've got a different one for you.
Okay, you got to back up.
3 that I was narrowing it down, and I picked A Short Hike. I think it's hilarious we picked the same game. I don't think that will literally ever happen again.
I will see.
But all right, so this is called Beasts of Maravilla Island.
Okay.
I think I'm saying that right.
I've never heard of this.
There is magic all around us.
Wow, it's really pretty.
It's a photography game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go around
Pokemon
taking,
Snap?
I don't think it's quite Pokemon Snap. I mean, like, you can see you're walking around, you're climbing,
Yeah.
you're doing stuff. But from what I was looking at, like, it seems like you're taking pictures. Like, that's like the main feature of the game.
All kinds of cool.
Cool animals,
Animals.
throwing
Okay.
something at. So
Taking selfies.
definitely took some inspiration from
looks
Pokemon
cool.
Snap for sure. But
That was an Arceus shot.
yeah,
Beast of Mar. Oh, cool. That looks
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So
Hopefully you didn't pick another stinker because last time was a real bummer.
I mean, I hope so. But again,
It is really pretty,
Last
though.
week doesn't count. It's super pretty. This game looks really good. Nighttime kind of reminds me of like Avatar.
Totally.
With all
Yeah.
the neon glowies and stuff like that. But
Cool.
yeah, it looks good. So
Nice.
I'm curious to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it. All right, so I mean that's just pretty much all we have left is what have we been playing. So Luke, you've been out of town. You've been on a work trip.
I've been working. I haven't been playing anything. I watched some Harry Potter. Because I was with
Watch some Harry Potter.
Liz and Anna. So that's what we
The
doing.
Harry Potter fans.
Yeah. I am enjoying the series a lot more than I thought I would.
So you're excited for Hogwarts then?
I'm super excited for Hogwarts.
Hogwarts looks really good.
And so I haven't seen the final movie. I haven't seen Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Oh, that's the last one for you.
Last one I have
Okay.
to watch. I've enjoyed the series so much that I will probably rewatch it in preparation for Hogwarts.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think Hogwarts comes out this year.
Yeah, this fall.
You're gonna watch it all
sometime this
again?
fall. Yeah, I mean it's
Wow.
only 8 movies. Like I what's funny is like
Only
it
longer than Star
I've done
Wars.
like 2 or 3 MCU rewatches. So
Oh wow.
and
Yeah.
also Star Wars is not Star Wars is much more than 8
I
movies.
don't know what you're talking about. There's only 6 Star Wars movies.
1,
Episode
3,
2, 3,
4, 5, and
4.
7
Yeah.
and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what? You're one of the biggest Force Awakens stands I know.
I love Force
you love that
Awakens.
movie.
You're
Yeah.
right, you're right.
No, but I think they're actually really good movies. I think they're worth giving another shot. Because I know you have decided.
I watched like 5 of them, and I was really
no. You didn't
unimpressed.
watch 5. I think you finished 4.
Which one's where he's like,
opted
"Hey, did you put it over the Goblet of Fire?"
It's
Which one's
4.
that?
It's
Okay,
Goblet of
I think
Fire.
that might be the last
Yeah.
one I saw.
You opted out before some really solid movies.
Meh.
5 is good. 6 is good.
Meh.
7 was.
My roommate's a
undecided.
huge Harry
Um,
Potter fan, so maybe I'll watch them with him.
Yeah, no, I would maybe for my rewatch before Hogwarts, I'll convince you to watch them again.
Maybe.
I think you just don't want to like them. So
No,
like,
I didn't watch 4 movies because I didn't want to like them. Like I gave it a chance,
Yeah. I don't know, and I think
I just wasn't impressed. I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
they're way overhyped.
like I get what you're saying.
They're fine.
but yeah, no, I do
So
think
one
I do
thing-
think they are overhyped.
I will acknowledge this. If I had watched them growing up, I think I would have
Yes,
loved them.
absolutely.
But I think I missed the boat.
Right
You
now, when J.K. Rowling was writing the books, she like the first one.
I don't
is-
think we like her
uh,
anymore.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
anyways, the
When
first
books
one
were
was
being
it was
written.
like a young adult, like 12, 13-year-old book, right? Like that's kind of who it was.
Oh, I thought it was
written
like
for.
straight up children's books.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's quite like
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe 10, maybe
Sure.
10. But she, as her audience grew up, she wrote them. So each one grows up a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more.
And the movies do too.
And the movies do too.
Right.
So once you hit 5, 6, like a lot more like different themes come into it.
I heard
and-
the ending's really
um,
bad.
I see. No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. Well, I'll see.
Daniel didn't
I'm,
like it.
I'm curious to.
Did you like Deathly Hallows Part 1?
It was the worst one for sure. But with that said, I still
think-
gave it
I
3 out of
think-
5 stars.
I think that
Like,
was the consensus, was that Deathly Hallows didn't need to be 2 movies.
from what I saw, it absolutely didn't. There was maybe 45 minutes of content in this movie that
Yeah.
I needed to watch. Like, but I'm gonna watch.
Are you
watch
gonna
the
watch
second one.
Fantastic Beasts?
I don't know. Maybe so like I was looking at some like lists of people who ranked the movies,
yeah.
and pretty much like how the theme in the list was Chamber of Secrets, which is the second one, pretty much everyone put at the last, which really surprised me because up until I think 6, Chamber of Secrets was my favorite. I really enjoyed it. But I think part of that is because there's a lot of world building in Chamber of Secrets. And world building can get tedious once you know it all.
What's
but for me,
what's the
really
one where they
interesting
learn
for me
how to
learn.
like tame beasts and stuff with Hagrid?
4.
That one's good. I liked 4.
Yeah, 4 was good. And I think
4 was the best of the 4 that I watched.
Yeah,
I think
But
the Sirius Black one is so overhyped.
I agree with you, but I think it gets better once you know the whole series.
Maybe.
And because that's like the entire time I was watching Prisoner of Azkaban, I was like, I don't care about anything happening in this movie. Like I don't care about absolutely anything.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of information in 3 that comes out in 7 and 8. So I think that's what kind of makes it better.
Okay.
And I think the series improves,
like with Harry's parents and stuff. And
yeah. Well, and also I think that Liz was saying that her favorites changed drastically on a rewatch. Because again, like Chamber of Secrets, for instance, on all the lists I was looking at was like at the bottom. But then next was like Deathly Hallows 1. Yeah. But then 2 is either everyone's favorite or second favorite. So I'm excited to watch part 2. We'll see. But Fantastic Beasts, what I was going to say is like they put the second Fantastic Beasts as the worst one. From what I understand, it's not even like a good movie.
Have you seen the part?
Let alone a good Harry Potter movie. And then the first one they put above it, and then they're like, then there's a significant gap, and then the first Harry Potter. I don't think so far none of the Harry Potter movies have been bad. I think all of them have been pretty good.
The first one is arguably bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. But anyways, I think they've been pretty good to really good, but nothing has hit like that 5-star mark for me yet. Which, to be fair, 5 stars is really like if you go look through my letterbox, I have like really 13 movies like at 5 stars, but nothing has even hit 4.5 stars for me yet.
Yeah.
So like the series for sure I think is overhyped, but I really like the world, which is why I'm excited for Hogwarts.
Exactly.
Like I think that'll be really fun.
Well, and the cool thing about Hogwarts, it's like 150 years before Harry Potter or something like that.
Yeah, something.
So it's
like
totally
that.
removed
and,
from the story.
From what I know, J.K. Rowling is not involved at all.
Yeah.
Which
it's got a wholly original story. The thing that I'm excited for is this looks like you take Dantooine from Coder 1 and blow it into a whole game.
Yeah.
Like that's I want that so bad. I want a good Jedi Academy game so bad. So the fact that this is kind of that is really cool. The fact that you can fly on your broom, you can leave the castle, you can go to what's it called?
Hogwarts?
The village?
What? Oh, I don't know.
Hogsmeade.
Yeah. There's so many.
You can go to there, you can go to Diagon Alley and stuff. You can leave. You can also build your own home and like front yard and stuff inside of a bottle.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you go into it and
that's neat.
And you can have pets.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
You can learn cooking and crafting and potions, but you can also learn like 4 different kinds of magic.
Right, and you can be the 4 different houses. And each house you play will be a little different.
Right.
Because all your companions will be determined by your house.
That's cool.
Because that's how it is. Like houses are basically like
who your buddies are.
They're, dorms like you know, so
yeah, it looks really neat. I'm excited. So would Dumbledore be in it? Because if it's
probably
he's been the
not.
leader of Hogwarts for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I guess he ages normally though, right? So
I'm
200 years
unsure.
would be too much for him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited.
It looks
for
good.
It, though. Yeah. But yeah,
have you seen the part yet where he goes, Harry Potter,
don't.
the boy who lived? Have you seen that part?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe
you're a wizard.
I
Harry.
think so. I've seen that part, and that line.
Overdone.
Yeah, that there's a
I'm a what?
Like, yeah. And anyways,
yikes.
Anyways, good movies. I like them. Excited for the next one. But yeah, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Kirby.
Yeah, have you finished it yet?
No, Lego Star Wars came out, so
so you've been playing Lego Star Wars.
I've been playing Lego Star Wars. I've been playing Kirby, and I got Super Mario Brothers Wii Deluxe.
What?
I was sitting in my Uber the other night. I was like, I just want to play some Mario.
Oh my gosh.
So it was $40. I just went and got
And
it.
you didn't play like Mario Maker or anything. You were just like,
I didn't have it. It was at home. So I just stopped at GameStop real quick. And,
Okay.
Um,
All right.
it's a good game.
Yeah,
it's a really solid Mario
for sure.
game.
It absolutely is. That's one of the few Mario games that I've played quite a bit of.
Yeah.
So Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars.
How different is it from?
Totally different.
I hate-
100% different.
That bums
The old
me
one,
out.
the old one was top down. This one is it's third person. The levels are different.
The levels are totally different.
Pretty.
What?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a total new game.
This is lame. I'm
well-
probably not even gonna play it.
So we are gonna play it because that's what we're gonna do for the Patreon episode.
Nope.
Tonight. Yeah, it 100% is.
Oh my gosh.
And you're gonna love it. You're gonna be bummed, and I get that. And I was also bummed. And one thing I actually do wish that they had kept is the top down thing, because co-op and split screen is not my favorite.
It's split screen co-op.
Yeah,
I'm not playing this game.
you are.
No,
and you'll
I'm
like
not.
it. Hold on, trust me, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's got really good voice acting. It's got Sam Witwer from Force Unleashed and he did Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and stuff. It's got the guy who did Obi-Wan, whose name I can't remember. He does the Talking to Myself podcast. What's his name? Do you remember?
No.
Well, he's really good. It's got really good, talented voice acting. It's got the guy who does the Republic and every Clone Wars episode. He's in it. So I like the voice acting. I appreciate it for what it is. I don't. A full-on remake would have been cool, but they put a lot of effort into this game. Like this is a 200-hour game.
Unwanted.
I don't know. I really like it. It's fun. The changes are a little bit of a bummer, but it's cool to see them reinvent it, I think. But that's what I've been playing. So
I don't know why.
you were such a drama queen. Everything needs to be exactly. You're such a boomer.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been it. Normally we're gonna go through and talk about what's coming out this week. There's like no releases this week. So this year, take your time, play through your games, finish up Elden Ring or whatever you're playing, and make sure to take a breather because we got a lot of stuff coming. If you want to play the games that Luke and I picked, Luke's playing A Short Hike. I'm playing Beasts of Maravilla Island. You want to play those with us?
That'd be fun.
Next week we'll be doing a review. You want to drop your comments and tell us what you thought of them, or if you want to wait until we're done with our review to pick them up, you could do that as well. We'd love to hear from you though and see what you think of the games. What else, Luke?
I think that's it. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.